Hey, welcome back everyone. It's Dominic from the Primetime Treasure eBay store and YouTube channel. I want to take a moment to welcome in some of the new subscribers. We've got the Thrifty Picker in the house who just signed up recently. We've got Suzanne Rivera, we've got Diane McGriff, we've got Charles Ball, and many others. Thanks so much for bringing the total number up to 190. So close to getting to that 200 threshold. That would be really cool to cross that. So if you are new to this channel and have not subscribed yet, or you've just been watching for a while and haven't subscribed, hopefully you'll consider subscribing if you like the content, particularly for this video in which I'm going to go over with you 10 places where you can source material for free and then go right online and sell it for a profit. These 10 places are not in any particular order. But they're 10 places that I think and I know, mostly based on experience, can help you in terms of sourcing and just things that you just want to be a little crafty at and sort of considering these options. I mean, you all know about going to thrift stores and estate sales and that type of stuff and rummage sales, but here's some other things I'm going to throw out to you. So let's start with the first one. Now, you know about going to garage sales, but you might not know, and it doesn't happen at every garage sale, but number one is going to be called what's known as the garage sale free box. And basically where these are usually located is at the very end of the driveway. So let's say this is a driveway right here. It's typically right here, right when you walk up, and it'll say free box or something like that. And you just look in there. Now, many times, and this goes for all the things I'm going to list here tonight, many times the things that you're going to find in there are junky and they really are not worth anything. That's why they're putting it in there for free. But you're doing it because every once in a while you're going to find that golden nugget. You're going to find that thing that you could resell and you're going to be surprised someone put that in the free box. For example, if you look at my video from last Friday that I put up, you might remember that I actually showed the free box at a garage sale where I picked up 2 of these. I mean, these are brand new handyman shirts. They're, in perfect condition, and I could probably sell these for about 15 bucks a piece conservatively. I mean, I'll probably start at $19.99 and see what happens from there. But that's great for picking them up for free. So look in the garage sale free boxes. That's a good source. Number 2 would be after a community garage sale, and these are well advertised on Craigslist and your local newspapers. Look for community garage sale. And then wait till the end, let's say it ends around 4 o'clock, start going through that development, start cruising through about 4 or 5 o'clock, and what you're going to see is people are going to put things out to the curb that they don't want to take back in. After all, that's why they had their garage sale. They want to get rid of this stuff, and whatever didn't sell, and these are things that sometimes have price tags of $5, $10, whatever, you just put it, they'll just put it out there, and then you just drive around, and you get out, you look in the boxes, or you look what's on the curb, you just take it, and you put it in your car, or your truck, and you just move on. Now, this is a really good option for people who like to deal in bigger items like furniture pieces, because you'll often find dressers and couches, and if you're good at refurbishing stuff like that, you could do really well. I don't go for those big giant items typically. I typically deal mostly in the smalls, but this was like a good example of something that I found last weekend. I was cruising around after a garage sale in a community, and I found this really cool Peruvian hat. It's in perfect condition. It was just in a free box. It's a beanie. I'm going to hang on to it till it starts to get cooler out, and I'll just list this up. But this was free, and this is valued at around, for eBay, this is going to go for around 16 bucks. So, just something, another thing for around, $15, $16 that I found for free. So that would be number 2, the after community garage sales. Make sure you cruise around, hit those up. You'll often see other pickup trucks kind of going around doing the same thing, and it's kind of fun, kind of a little competition to see who could get where first. So there's that part of it, and that's something that's somewhat fun about it. Another thing you want to look into, especially if you deal in big items and you're reselling things on Craigslist, Find out when in the different communities around you they're having the large item trash haul day, where people will put out big items, for example, on a Sunday night that the trash haulers are going to just come through and get. Well, what you would want to do then, if they were putting this out on Sunday night, is you want to start cruising through that development Sunday night, and just or really early on Monday morning, and just going through and just seeing what you want and taking it. And that's totally legitimate to do, because that's just considered trash, and people put it out there. They intend for the garbage man to take it, so you know, you could just take it yourself. So that's number 3. Number 4, which is one of the most popular things to view on YouTube. If you haven't checked this out yet, you've got to look at it. It's called dumpster diving. Now, that might sound disgusting, to go inside a dumpster to pick out stuff, but you have to do it the right way. And by the right way, I would suggest that you go on the Craigslist Hunters video channel. I'll put a link to it down below. His channel is awesome. Go check it out and look at some of his dumpster diving videos. It's some of the most popular ones. Now, yeah, there's times where he's going into a dumpster, but he's not going into dumpsters where there's dumpsters filled with bags of trash or anything like that. Those ones just passes. He's not picking through, you know, napkins and stuff like that. What he's doing is he's going in, he's flipping over lids, and he's looking to see, okay, is there some valuable thing that someone left in there? Like, for example, there are 2 episodes where he found a big giant aquarium tank that didn't have the lid on it. So he pulled those out, he loaded them into his van, and he went out and he put it on Craigslist and he sold it. There's another one where he found a big giant wooden sled. It's just crazy. There was another episode where he found a whole bunch of you know, kind of roofing tarp, and they were worth like probably like $40 per roll, and he pulled out like 15 of them, loaded them up, and he could just sell them in his shop, or he could sell them off on Craigslist, or call some of his contacts. So those are the kind of things you could do. Sometimes you'll find smalls, sometimes you'll find big items. You should definitely bring gloves if you're going to do it, and you also importantly need to check on whether it's legal in your municipality and in your state to do it. Some places it is, some places it isn't. So you definitely need to check on that so you don't get yourself in trouble. And you really do want to be careful. You need a way to get in and out safely. You want to make sure you have gloves. You got to be careful about glass. You got to be careful about the lid not falling on your head. You don't want to get a head injury or anything like that. So you do have to be careful, and it is going to stink. It is going to be smelly in some of these places. So these are all things you got to kind of factor into it. But it is one of the places that people do go to source free stuff. So just think it over and check out some of the videos to see if that's something you might want to do. Number 5 would be what I call the Craigslist curb dump. So what happens there is kind of like what I was saying about the after community garage sales, but that's a community garage sale. Sometimes though, some isolated person somewhere will have a sale. It's not a community garage sale. He or she just had a garage sale that day, and they decided, you know what, I'm not taking all this stuff back in. I'm just putting it on the curb, and this is like a lot of stuff usually. Put everything that didn't sell, put on the curb, and they put an ad on Craigslist that says, all this stuff is at 145 Jones Lane, and whoever wants to come first and pick it up and get it, it's all yours. Go after it and go get it and come pick it up. It's free. So the thing with that is you need to be on Craigslist often, checking and checking and checking for that type of stuff, because you're going to need to jump on it. Because trust me, it's like, basically like when that happens, it's like dropping chum into the ocean for sharks that come and just swarm it real quick. So it's best if it's near your geographic area. If someone drops a message like that and it's 30, 45 minutes away, chances are you're not going to get there in time for it. So that's an option that's better used for things that are closer to you. See if you could go out to it and see if you could get it. Another option is also related to Craigslist. So this is number 6. You may not be aware that Craigslist does have a free section. It's actually its own section for free stuff. So you just go on there, you click it, or you could always search for the word free, but there actually is its own separate section, and there's people giving stuff away literally every day. Now, a lot of it is, again, junky stuff, and it's stuff that you can't actually resell, but once in a while, there are things in there that you could resell. Related to that is number 7, And many of you might not have heard of this before, which is a site called Freecycle, F-R-E-E cycle, C-Y-C-L-E, .org. So just type that in, and they're basically, it's like a network. They call it the Freecycle network, and they're located in all different cities across the country. And there's probably one right in your area. And basically what happens is you sign up and you're part of this email list. And whenever somebody has something that they want to give away for free, they put it up and they say, like I saw one today that literally said, 200 records free. Here they're 1970s, 1980s, if you want first, and it's first come, first serve pretty much. So whoever, gets in first will get it. It's not only good for resell stuff, but also think of it as a place where you could get inventory, because technically if you read their rules, they really don't want people who are resellers coming to take the stuff to resell it. They really want it to be for someone who's going to use it. I mean, that's the technical aspect of it, but of course some people are going to go there to get stuff to resell. But you could also get it for for inventory purposes. Now, you could also be honest with the person and say, listen, I would like to pick this up, I want to use it for inventory. Do you care? And the person might very well say, listen, I don't care what you do with it. I just want to get rid of stuff. So here, take it. If you could do something with it, go ahead. So that's up to you how you want to handle it. But just know Freecycle is an option out there where you can get free stuff. Related to that, you also will want to check out Facebook Marketplace. So just go on your phone. This is not on the desktop version. You're going to go on your phone, you're going to go to the marketplace button down below, and you're just going to type in free. And literally every day you will see people just giving stuff away for free. So that's another place where you could get stuff. And you might say to yourself, well, why would people give away stuff that's valuable for free? Like, why would someone just give up this hat for free if it's worth $16.95? Or why would someone put these two t-shirts that are worth $15 in a box to give away for free? The answer is pretty simple. They are not as resourceful as resellers are, or they just don't really care. And they really just want to get rid of it. That's all they care about. They're not interested in flipping it. They're not interested in making extra side money doing this type of stuff. They just want to get rid of the stuff, and they don't really care. Some people might not even, appreciate that this has a $16.95 value and may just think, oh, it's just a worthless hat, and just toss it away. So, there's all different reasons why people do that sort of stuff, but, and give stuff away. But, bottom line, if they want to give it away and you're smart enough to realize, or you're willing to put the work in and the energy in, that's another thing. A lot of people just don't want to put the work in. They might know that this hat's worth $16.95, but they'll say, you know what? I don't want to take the picture. I don't want to list it. I don't want to pack it. I don't want to take the post office, all the excuses. Well, guess what? If you're willing to do that, you will get the reward. So you got to put the work to get the reward. Moving on to the last two. Giveaways at work. Now, I want to be very clear what I'm saying with this. Giveaways at work. In other words, someone puts a sign on something at work and says, free, you could take it. Okay? A good example of that in many office environments would be printing ink. That was either misordered or over-ordered. They don't need it anymore, so they'll just put it out there and they'll say free. So if anyone wants it, you could take it. That's a common thing that you could get. But what you have to be careful about is you have to make sure you are not stealing work inventory. I just put 3 stories recently on my Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. If you've not been there, just go down below in the description section and click to join, and I'll let you in. It's a great group, but I put 3 stories up recently of people who were arrested and fined. One guy 6 years in prison for stealing stuff from the workplace and then trying to resell it or going on to resell it. So, and it's all different types of items people steal. It could be auto parts, it could be office supplies, it could be toys, even hiring people to go steal things from places where they work and then bringing it back, paying a cheaper price for it, and then trying to resell it online. And you might get away with that the first time. You may successfully steal one thing of printing ink that wasn't marked free. But then what's going to happen is you're going to get greedy and greedy and greedy and keep taking more and more and more, and eventually you're going to get caught. So my strong suggestion and recommendation, do not do that. It is not worth it. But there will be times where people will do free giveaways at work. Take advantage of that. Take it, and then you could go resell. Again, as long as it's clearly marked free. And lastly, number 10 is right in front of your face, which is your house or your apartment, wherever it is that you live. There's stuff around that is, well, technically is it free? And when I say free, I mean you didn't go out and specifically purchase it to resell it. So you might have an old shirt or an old book that maybe you didn't even buy. Someone might have bought it for you a long time ago, or you just don't have any use for it anymore. Maybe it is something you spent a long time ago, but you know, you don't really think of that as any kind of investment that you made, again, to resell. You're just sitting around, it's collecting dust, and you want to see if you could sell it. Well, essentially, it's, you know, it's pretty much free in the sense that you didn't make an investment to buy it to resell. So that's in fact how a lot of people get started on eBay, is they just, or you know, some other type of reselling venue, is they just take stuff that's from around their house, they're not using it anymore, they put it online, see if they could sell and make some money, and that's what kind of gets them going with it. So those are the 10 places. Again, just to recap really quick: garage sale free boxes, after community garage sales, large item trash haul day, dumpster diving, number 4, remember, check out those videos, Craigslist curb dumps that are advertised, the Craigslist free section, that's number 6. There's freecycle.org. There's the Facebook Marketplace. There's giveaways at work. Remember, no stealing. And there's your house. So I'm going to just put that down there. Make sure that if you like this video, that you hit the like button. Hope that this information is helpful for you. Also, again, make sure you come check out my group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. Link is down below. Make a comment down below if you like these suggestions, or if you have other places where you go to source free stuff. I would love to hear that, so make sure you drop down below. I love looking at the comments. I like interacting with all of you, so make this a vibrant kind of interactive channel. I'd love to see that happen, so keep going with that. I like to get to know the subscribers, so that's a cool aspect of what I like to do with the channel. And lastly, as I said in the beginning, subscribe if you like the channel. Help me get over 200 subscribers. That would be, you know, a good sign that, you know, people are really enjoying the content here. So I'd like to see that. So with that, I'm going to head off, and I've got some books that I'm going to put up tonight, some Mad magazines, and hopefully make a nice sale on those pretty soon. And with that, I will bid you adieu and see you at the next video. Take care.